Voters in Georgia's 6th congressional district heading out to the polls today for a special election. Democrat Jon Ossoff has raised a staggering $23 million since the campaign began, and Republican Karen Handel has raised $4.2 million. It could go over $50 million, this race, as far as money raised. Joining us now, Randy Evans, the National Committeeman of Georgia. Randy, thanks so much for joining us. There is no doubt this is a high-stakes campaign, especially for Democrats. Would you not agree?
Oh, it's absolutely high stakes. They've suffered a series of losses, and they're putting all their money, all their eggs in this basket. The last I saw was that the total spend on this race is already over $60 million on a congressional race. Just unheard of.
So, Randy, why is this so close? This has been a Republican seat for nearly 40 years, 4 decades. Is this a proxy on Donald Trump's presidency, that it's so close?
No, I think it's a proxy war between the two political parties. I think both the candidates and their messages have long been abandoned, and literally this is just a pure ground war where the Democratic National Committee and the DCCC, along with the Republican National Committee, have weighed in, and it's just literally inch by inch getting every voter they can. I think we're going to go long into the night tonight before we know who the winner is.
I think Tom Price won this seat with like 62% of the vote. Where's that Republican vote gone, in the light of the fact that the polls show it's so close?
Well, I'll also remind you that President Trump won it by less than 2 points. And so it's a district that could go either way when you come down to it. But the truth of the matter is that in a special election runoff in the summer, it really polls and preferences go out the window. It is who has the best ground operation to get people up off the sofa and into the voting booth. And that's what we'll really get to see today. The lines have been very long throughout early voting. They're very long today. I think it'll be a long day.
All right, let's try this one, Randy. Senate GOP leaders say they plan to vote on a health reform bill next week. I guess the question to you is, can they iron out the differences between them to actually come up with something?
I think so. I think Leader McConnell, as well as the members of the Republican caucus in the Senate, have done a pretty phenomenal job of staying on task, not getting where they were chasing a rabbit and chasing things here and there. And as a result, I think they're going to have the votes whenever they roll it out. Remember, it has to fit the boundaries of reconciliation so that they can pass it with 51 votes. I think they'll have a vote or two to spare.
Randy, as we go on and time wastes away, how concerned are you about those midterm elections next year if the Republicans have a real hard time getting on the same page about any of it? Tax reform, health care, you name it. If they can't get their act together, how serious could those midterm elections be?
Well, I think they'll be serious, but as I said last week on the show, anyone who thinks they know what's going to happen in 2018, including Republicans or Democrats, is delusional. We have no idea where this electorate is going because we're in a period of transformation. We're literally in a period where the parties are realigning, and how that realignment looks next year is going to be interesting. We ended up basically last November with 3 political parties. We have the Republican Party, which controls the Congress, we have the Democratic Party, and then we have the Trump Party. Now, how those break down whenever you divide it into 2 choices, that's what we'll learn next year.